Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first we reveal our this day in history. We don't have a dad joke on Sundays. So, in 1958, Sir Edmund Hillary reaches the South Pole. On January 4th, 1958, mountain climber and Antarctic explorer Sir Edmund Hillary reached the South Pole by tractor. Hillary began climbing as a teenager in his native New Zealand. On May 29th, 1953, he became the first explorer to reach the summit of 29,035-foot Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world. He was accompanied by a Tibetan mountaineer, Sherpa Tenzing Norgay. In later years, his primary interest was the welfare of the Himalayan people of Nepal, particularly the Sherpas. All right. I would also like to thank the following members who started a new month. Thank you to Kenny Fa, Greg Frey, and Soneflower in Blue. Thank you very much. All right, well, let's start with connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We got grump, copy, block, print, issue, scan, crank, sack, reel, e-tail, tackle, wind, drear, blitz, coil, and addition. 2 words really stuck out to me, e-tail and drear. I think e-tail has shown up in crosswords before, meaning like online retailing. But the other thing I'm thinking of, is it the word tail with an extra letter, or is it the word retail missing the R? Those are 2 things to keep in mind. Drear feels like the word rear with a D added, or the word dreary with the Y missing. But I don't know if drear can just mean something similar. Like, can a drear be a grump? If someone's dreary, maybe they're a drear. So that's kind of my thought. I've not heard that before, but it's like a grump, a drear, a crank, just someone who's just angry or unhappy. What would be the 4th though? A sack, maybe. You can call someone like I forget what the adjective is used with it. Some kind of sack. I think I've heard for that. So that might be a category. I don't think it's purple. I'm wearing purple today, and when I wear purple, I do try to get purple first. You don't get purple first by luck, you get purple first by strategy. So these are synonyms. They're noun synonyms. Are they adjectives? No, I think I just said they're nouns, right? Someone is a grump. Wait, wouldn't that be an adjective then? These are adjectives. Anyway, I don't know why I have so much trouble with that sometimes. Anyway, these are descriptive words, so it could be green actually, but we'll circle that yellow for now. All right, now I don't know what we're doing with e-tail. Issue and edition. These are like a copy of like a magazine. A print could be that as well. Also a copy. I don't think real would mean that. Tackle wind. Okay. So I think I might have just swapped green and yellow. We'll think about it. It really feels like this is actually yellow, but I'm not going to change my colors right now. We'll just lock them in a reverse order. We got blitz. I feel like coil and reel are like fishing words, so is tackle and block. These are fishing words. So I don't know. I mean, that feels like it could be yellow as well, but again, not purple. So that would leave, if we're all correct, scan, e-tail, blitz, and wind. I don't think it's like missing a letter or adding a letter. So blitz means, doesn't it mean fast? Or is it lightning? I think blitz just means fast in German. This could be wind or wind. Huh. I just had a thought that reel, coil, and wind could be verb synonyms. But I don't see a 4th, maybe crank. I wonder if that's a red herring or if I've fallen for a red herring. Huh. Because, grump is rump with a G added. Drear is rear with a D added. Yes, okay. I think I've fallen for a red herring here. Let's erase yellow, because I don't think we actually have a grumpy person here. I think what's happened here is I found that I missed purple here. So purple, it's word for your butt with a letter added. Your rear, your rump, Your can, maybe? I know definitely tail. I think it's going to have to be the can. And then did I mess up blue then? Do we not actually have our fishing terms? Let's since I found purple, let's lock in purple and then think about the others. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that was purple. Let's just erase everything. I don't know if I need my circles anymore. We'll see. Synonyms for but plus starting letter. Yeah, that's what I said. Um, so I'm wondering if we have coil and wind and reel and crank as verb synonyms for like winding something. Really, I don't know a fifth word for it, but you're putting string around a something. I still think we have issue, print, edition, and copy. And so that would leave blitz, block, tackle, and sack, which I think are football terms. And I think that's going to be blue. These are football-y things. American football. Things a defensive football player does. There you go. So the question is, I think that the verb is usually the green. So reel, crank, wind, and coil is almost certainly green. All right, and then we got print, issue, copy, and edition. That was a tricky one. I am glad I actually was going for purple first today because I think I would have made several mistakes otherwise. That's why it's good to analyze the whole puzzle before you lock anything in. Cool. Yeah. I almost had an alternate puzzle, but those last four just made no sense together. So anyway, I think this was a hard one. I think there are several things that make this hard. One is you see grump, and then you see a bunch of other words that could mean someone who's grumpy, and you're like, that's a category. Or you don't know the football terms, which is completely reasonable. I barely do. I don't know if I could even define what most of these mean, but I've definitely heard them in relation to American football. And then reading this as wind instead of wind is extremely common. So yeah, the only thing that I think we're going to see a lot of people who got either nothing or only yellow. But we'll see. So I think a difficulty of 3.5, and I think we've got a 50% solve rate. Let's see. Well, they gave away football in the picture, but sometimes the picture is about the red herring, so you can't really be super confident. I don't know how they gave it a 0.5 today. That's the second time we've seen a 0.5 in recent memory, and I can't help but think that they're like messing up the difficulty there, because how could it be 0.5? The only thing I can think of is that like if a tester doesn't input a score, then it counts as 0 and like they've got a bug. I don't know. 0.5 is ridiculous for this one. Let's see what the real difficulty is. Oh, 81%. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe the issues I was talking about aren't fatal. I don't know. 37% made no mistakes though. Am I the only one who invented a second puzzle? Let's see. 1 in 79. Wow, that's very that's a very low uniqueness score, low number here for a reverse rainbow. Okay, so people who won, we got 40% getting yellow first. 33% got blue first. Yeah, there's nothing like super rare. Even purple's 9%. Really evens out. Purple goes down a little bit for second. Then ever. Yeah, I guess people who lost are following that trend, just way fewer than I thought. So we've got 5% getting only yellow and 4% getting nothing. And then some spatterings of some other things. People, I don't know, maybe E-tail was more obvious than I thought, or like seeing blitz and thinking football might be much more common than I thought. Yeah, I don't know. I'm the only one who thought it was hard. That's fine. Let's see. So putting scan in with copy print issues. Things your printer does. It copies, it prints, it scans, and it's got issues. All right. Grump, crank, wind, drear. So I put seeing grump, crank, and drear makes you think of annoying people. Apparently, I don't know about wind. I think windbag is a thing. I wonder if there were other copies of this that instead of wind had. What was I thinking? I was thinking. Was it bag? I can't remember. It's not showing up here. What was it? It was sack. It was sack. That's what I was thinking. Copy, print, scan, e-tail. So people seeing copy, print, scan as functions of a printer and then trying to figure out what the fourth one is. Copy, block, print, scan. So again, copy, print, scan. So this is kind of the mistake a lot of people are making, which is thinking printer stuff, which I didn't even see. That's another. There are so many built-in red herrings in this puzzle. I'm very surprised that it has such a high solve rate, but I guess good job, everybody. Most people, let's see, we've got yellow first, blue first, green first, the kind of grumpy person, and then purple first is 6%, and then the printer thing is 5%, same thing, 3%. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do the easy and medium pips for Sunday, January 4th. Let's play. All right, so we need a domino here and here, a domino here and here. And so the middle one is our double equal, which is the 5-5. And then now, what do we have two of? We have two 6s and we have two 4s. So we have to put the blank in here. And then we got to put the 3 this way. All right, cool. Not too bad. Just took me a second to like register what dominoes we actually had. I don't know if it's better to look at the grid first or the dominoes first, but I tend to look at the grid first just to get my bearings. Let's do the medium. All right, I'm going to draw out our dominoes again because I think they are forced right from the start. So we have a domino here, a domino here. This has to be a domino. This has to be a domino. We have one here and here and here and here. All right, yeah, so they're all vertical, which is interesting. So this is a double. This is a double. How many doubles do we have? We have a double 2, double 1, double 0. There's a lot of optionality there then. This is a less than 1. So this is a 0. So this has to be the double 0 here. And then the 0, 3 has to go here. All right, that's given. This is another blank into a greater than 3. So it would make sense to do the blank 2 there. We'll see. I don't know why they don't just put 0. Less than 1 is silly. This is another 0 and it's in a less than 2. So it's a 0, 1. Hey, okay. This is greater than 3. So this has to be 2 or larger, which we actually don't have that much left of, but we'll hold off on that. So this double, if I do the 1, I could do the 1, 3 here. That seems reasonable, which means this now has to be the 2, 2, and then this is 2, 1 this way. Nice. All right, not too bad. Just had thought through the logic there. It's nice that we haven't had to divide these very much recently. I think they've gone for more logical puzzles, which I very much enjoy. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do the hard pips for Sunday, January 4th. Let's play. All right, let's draw out what we can. Well, first of all, we have some givens. This has to be a 6, 6. Oh, does it? It needs two 6s in it, that's for sure. But I don't know if it's going to end up being a 6, 6 or not. So we'll hold off on that. Let's draw out what we can. So we need a domino there, and a domino there. This also needs two 6s. So does this. So what do we have that's forced, though? Because unfortunately, we do have a double 6 that could go in either of these. If we didn't have a double 6, we'd have some forced dominoes. How about here? What we can't do is this domino and this domino. We have to avoid that because we don't have two doubles. You never have two of the same domino is a very good thing to know, even if you don't look at what we've got. Here, we're going to need a double somewhere. Now, is it forced exactly where it needs to go? I don't know, because we could do this. We didn't want to double on this corner. And we can come down from here. Yeah, so this would be a corner then. So we need a domino here, or we need a domino here that was a double. So I guess my point is we definitely need a double in this equals. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what do we have 6 of that we have a double? So first of all, I don't think it's the 6. In fact, most of our 6s are used in these two 12s. Not all of them, but most of them. I guess I could ask if this is done. Like, how many 4s do we have? 1, 2, 3. There's 3 4s. And it's a 4, 1, a 4, 2, and a 4, 3. So, for example, we could do something like 4, 3, and then 1, 2 if we have one. I don't think we have a 1-2. Okay, so we can't do the 4-3. So the 4-3 does not go up here. So it's actually the 4-1 and the 4-2. And then now we need a 2-3, which we do have. Okay, this is forced. We don't need the lines. All right. I don't think there's any other way around that. Now the 6s. Okay, one thing I will say is the 6-6 has to be used in one of these 12s, even if it's not fully within the 12, because we only have 3 6s otherwise. So we have to use at least one of the ends of this for a 6 in one of these 12s. So all of the, so this double 6 can't be used elsewhere. What else? We have a double 5. It does look like the double 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 5s. So all of them would go in here. The other option is double. Oh, I guess we have double 3 and double 1. So double 1, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not enough. Double 3, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not enough. So it is going to be all of the 5s in here. We don't have any more 5s. Which means this greater than 4 is also a 6. And so that means the 6-6 does go in one of these 12s. I'm almost certain. Then we've got 6-1 and 6-5. So, and then 6-2. Here's my thought. This bottom, so this is an if, but if we're going to do this instead of the 6-6 vertically, then we have to also do this, because there's not 2 identical dominoes. And so, and then the 6-6 will go up here, right? So we'd have the 6-1, the 6-2, and the 6-5. So the only thing, the 1 and the 2 are less than 4. But we can't use the 6-5 has to intersect with this. Well, this is interesting. Let me double check my 5 count. So I feel like I might have done that wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's interesting. And we have a 6-5. So I think the 6-5 is forced to go exactly here. Oh no. Okay, and then this 5 goes up into there. And so we're gonna have this because we don't have another 6-5. And so then we could go vertical here, though. If we did vertical here, we'd go this way, and then there'd be a double here. If we did a 6-6 here, we do a double here and then down. So I'm not sure exactly how that one works. But does that mean the 5-5 is forced? Yeah, so we have this forced domino. So the 5-5 is in this corner here somewhere. We're left with 6-1. The logic here is a little interesting. Less than 4 could be a 3. So this actually needs quite a few. This needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This needs 5 equal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's gonna be the 3s. So why don't we just put the 6-3? We have a 6-3, don't we? Okay, and so I think that does it. 1, 2, 3, 4. We only wait. Do we have 5 2s? 1, 2. Sorry, 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 1s as well. So maybe we'll do the 6-1 here, and then we'll do the 6-2 up. Whoopsie. I'm just gonna erase these as I place. I think that would mean the 1-1 goes here, and then now this has to go up into here, and this would be a 5-1. I hope I have one. Yeah, I do. All right, I think this is working out. And that means the 5-5 goes here. And then this should be 1-3, which is a less than 4. That works. All right, so far so good. We're throwing out, what ends do we have? We have a blank and a 3. So the 5-3 is going to go up here, and then the 5 blank is going to go up here. And then we can just get rid of the rest of our lines. That puts the 6-6 here, the 3-3 here, and the 3-4 down. Perfect. All right, that probably took a little longer than it needed to, but I liked thinking through the logic. I have fun thinking through the logic. And I don't know what overthink means. It's not in my vocabulary. People comment it all the time, but I like thinking. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And how'd you do? Hello, let's do the mini crossword for Sunday, January 4th. Let's play. Ron Swanson's #1 favorite food on Parks and Recreation. I don't know. It comes in black and green varieties, depending on ripeness. Oh, I'm going to guess it's steak, but just because of his character. It comes in black and green varieties, depending on ripeness. I mean, Bananas can be bananas doesn't even fit, but bananas go through the green and the black stage depending on how ripe they are. Paramore. Um, don't know. In bronze medal position, third. Feeling resentful and slaying. Streaks of lightning. Bolts. Okay. Hawaiian greeting. Aloha. The downs are way easier. The C of ACLU. Civil liberties. I get ACLU confused with the NAACP? I think so. In the open. In the open. Don't know. Knowledgeable and proud of it. I'm going to guess this is bacon. Let's see. In the open. Overt. Knowledgeable and proud of it. Nerdy. Okay, we finished. Let's look at the ones we missed. Olives are black or green. Oh, I thought they were two different varieties. I didn't realize it was just ripeness. Paramore is a lover. And then feeling resentful and slaying is salty. All right, well, how'd you do? Let's do strands. Today's theme is I just know. I just know. Huh, that's a weird theme. I'm seeing like a TY ending potentially, NTY, anti, I don't know. Teeth? I don't think it would be teeth, would it? What would that have to do? I just know. So like I just know, like it's an instinct maybe. Do we have the word instinct anywhere? We have a lot of eyes, but I'm not seeing instinct. It's possible it's here and I'm just not seeing it, but what can I do? Excuse me. Whoa. PHSP. I don't know what's going on in this one. Aptly. Steep. Steeping our tea. I mean, I'm still thinking instinctual, like in your gut, like a feeling. What else could it be? I don't know. SH? I think I'm going to have to get a hint here. Let's start with a hint. So we've got sleet, we've got teeth, we've got steep. We're going to get a hint. Okay. Medium. So like psychic. ESP. Medium. Sixth sense. There it is. The sixth sense. We surely have psychic. Yeah, psychic. All right. And then we've got plathete. Teeth pla. How about I'm not sure actually. Three more words. So this is one word, this is two words. They're going to be long words then. Maybe maybe the word I was trying to think of was medium, which we already got, but like is there another like similar word to medium, like your conduit maybe, or what are we missing here? Telepath? No. Oh, actually it is telepath. Okay. What are some other sixth senses? Maybe it's just six senses. Not all just psychic stuff. Clairvoyant. Maybe it is just that. Claro. Clearly. Lecro. Oracle. There it is. Oracle. Okay. Got through it. Had to start with a hint. I didn't know what they were going for there. I found 1250 theme words. Okay. Well, how'd you do? Hello. Today's bonus game is Adoptal. This is an actual cat that is up for adoption right now. And so we are trying to guess their name. We need a 6-letter name to start us off with. How about Stevie? All right. You have a T in your name. Maybe like Thomas. There's no S, but you got to kind of get what you can get when it comes to names. All right. T-O and M in the word. Moat. Mout. Omelet. There's no E's, so I shouldn't do that. Huh. I like OU somewhere. Like MOU. Morty somehow. More. Mortal. I don't know. That'll get me some information. Oh, does start with MORT. Mort. Mortar? No. That's not even how you spell mortar. It's AR. What is your name? Mortimer. Mortop. Mort. I may have to just do a filler to get what these last 2 letters are. Let's do it's hard. Pundit? I don't know. Is there a common name that starts with Mort that isn't? What's 2 more letters we can add? I mean, Morty is a name, but we can't do that. How about Poundy? No, pounds. This will get us some. There's an N. Oh, Morton. Morton. There we go. All right. Hello, Morton. Morton is a tabby, gray and white domestic short hair located in Johnsburg, Illinois. So we can read about Morton here. All right. 1 to 3 years old, male, large, 12 to 16 pounds. Wow. Funny, independent, curious, friendly, brave, quiet, athletic, and playful. Spayed, neutered, and vaccinated. Good with kids, dogs, cats, and not sure about other animals. All right. Meet Big Boy Morton, who was rescued with his siblings this summer when someone realized outside life was not the place for kittens. Morton is the quietest of the group and tends to do things on his own. He loves his food and treats and gives the funniest grunts if you take him away from his food. He likes to play with the mice and spinning cat toys in his foster room. Morton and his siblings were just introduced to a kitty tunnel, and he thought that was pretty cool. Morton will take time to get to know his future humans and need some patience, but he's a sweet boy and would love to go home with one of his siblings. Morton and his siblings are completely ready to go to their forever homes. All right, and Morton is at, it used to say where? Fierce Animal Rescue. FIERCE. All right. Well, how'd you do? And let's spin our bonus game wheel and see what tomorrow's game is. All right, Lorna Atwood suggested Word 500. So tomorrow we will be playing Word 500. Now, tomorrow I also is the day that I record my big daily games video, which is only on YouTube once a week. And so when I play Word 500 tomorrow, I'm going to be playing the yellow difficulty instead of the red difficulty. There's 3 difficulties, green, yellow, and red. So I'll play yellow tomorrow for the bonus game, and then in the actual YouTube video, I'll be playing the red difficulty. All right. Well, and as always, there's a link in the description. And that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to watch Wordle, you can click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.